Oh, brother.
It's hot top sports where the takes don't miss. The prof with the stats, the champ with the fist.
champ with the fist.
Come on, boys, let's get it.
Bulls calling bets, watch the stories
Got the story unfold.
And it's truly eyebrow.
Late light Billy. God,
Really
golly,
so.
I can't get rid of him.
It's hot top sports,
Hot top
baby.
sports,
Let's get
baby.
it, let's go.
get it,
Good
let's
evening,
go.
good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. Happy Monday, happy Champs Corner to all of you beautiful people, and happy Christmas week as we are just days away from Santa, the man himself, bringing himself to all of our houses and hopefully giving us all of our gifts that we want. Hopefully no jerseys of any players, because obviously that's you shouldn't do those anymore. just stick to the 1s and 15s. All right, just go back to the basics. Maybe a good 93 in there every now and then. You know what I mean? Let's keep it simple. All right, go get the old G jerseys. All right, let's keep it simple for the holidays. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe. The family has grown like a weed. I really do appreciate all the love and support, and I keep saying it because I genuinely do appreciate it. But let's get into it. The Florida Gators announced the running back head coach today, the running back coach today, which now completes the staff. We also get some names that were retained, which is great news. And there seems to be a lot of optimism surrounding some other big-time names that we've talked about on this show, one being Aaron Childs, another being Jaden Robinson. That linebacker room seems to be coming back fully intact outside of the Pup Howard, who didn't play any snaps last year anyhow. So in reality, you can see the same production on the field that we saw last year, which is very exciting to me because it was one of my favorite groups, and I think it was one of the best groups that we saw on the football field as well. Some big-time offensive linemen are set to return, which are going into their junior/senior years, which are very good key pieces to be able to build. Look, you still got to go be dumb aggressive in the portal. We got some portal updates as well. Without further ado, though, Mr. Stephen Harris, the champ himself, joins the show. Champ, how we doing, big guy? Good to see you. There's already 500 people in here excited to see you. Not me, baby. Excited to see you, big dog. Good to see you.
It's hard to tell. Two cute, pretty faces. You don't know who they here to see, Sean.
That's true. It's a close one. It is a close one.
You got Champ here with the receding hairline and no hat, so we ready to go.
You know what? You had your son clean the lens. You should have had him clean your sunglasses.
Caleb. Son, can you clean these sunglasses for me? They said they're a little blurry. I apologize. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
All right.
He's not Alfred. He's not Alfred or whoever the thing is off of Adam's Family. Cousin It. He's not. He's
not
neither one of them.
He's neither one of those.
And then I need you to. Can you blow your hot breath on the lens and clean the lens for me, please, sir? A little bit more. Now wipe it with your shirt so it makes something crisp.
He's cupping it.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Harris is the new Hollywoodite.
Listen, when your kids don't pay no bills, don't worry about breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Or
Steve, I think
my kids on the schedule. They know by.
He unplugged your mic, Bubba.
He unplugged my mic. Are we back?
I can hear you, but it's on a different mic. Somebody,
hold on 1 second. Don't worry, Caleb.
I'm not on.
There we go. All right, we're back. We're back.
Right. We won't need you. I'm sorry. I appreciate you, though, son. You're the greatest, and I love you. Okay.
I love it. Well,
yeah. Good thing you're made like your mama. No.
Mr. Harris, we had an announcement today. Running back coach was announced, Mr. Chris Foster, as the next running back coach. And Spencer Daniels, $2. Shout out to the High Top Discord. Absolutely, Spencer. Shout out, my man. Chris Foster was announced.
I'm sure you got all the deets. You got all the deets about him. So let me hear it. Show.
We got some data. The guy's been coaching for quite a long time. Mr. Chris Foster has a 20+ year resume. Coached at ECU, coached at Georgia Southern, and then lastly here at Duke. Took Duke last year from I think the 16th ranked or 15th ranked team in the ACC. He was not there when they were ranked this, mind you. And then last year was his first year at Duke. Took them to the 5th or the 2nd ranked school in the ACC. So a massive jump, massive production jump for them in his first year at Duke. Was reported to be sought out by multiple SEC schools. I don't know who they were,
sure.
but that was reported on. And then also too had a running back, I believe it was at Eastern Carolina, that put up some record numbers. The last person to do that from Eastern Carolina was Chris Johnson. Yes, sir.
Was that one of the Bailey kids?
I know he worked with Matt Breda, but this was a kid that worked. That the young man that I'm thinking of is running back for the Baltimore Ravens currently.
Bailey, last name Bailey.
I don't think it was Bailey.
Let's check.
I'll get the name here. One second.
We gotta check because at ECU,
Keaton Mitchell. So Keaton Mitchell he ranked in the country with 7.2 yards per carry and rushed for 1,400 yards, 12th nationally in 2022. And then he was the first East Carolina running back to average more than 100 yards per game since All-Pro Chris Johnson in 2007. And Mitchell is now with the Baltimore Ravens. And then he also mentored NFL running back Matt Breda, who played for the 49ers for quite some time.
I just need someone to see if he coached one of the Bailey brothers,
like Champ Bailey's
running back. And no. It's another Bailey, but they're related to Jarvis Moss.
Oh, okay.
They play running back. The one was at ECU, so I'm not sure if he coached him while he was there.
I can look that up later on. Maybe we can try to correlate.
Somebody check that out for me if you're in the chat.
Yeah, he was at Eastern Carolina from 2021 and 2022. Cool. I think he might have been there a bit longer than that. But so look, it's from a splashy, from a sexiness. I know the fan base had their reaction on it because there's a lot of names we hear him. You had Samples, you had Gillespie that was being kind of thrown around. Obviously, Derek Nix that ended up at Alabama. These are all pretty, I would say, heightened names that a lot of people were excited about. Mm-hmm. This one, if you look at those, kind of falls on the fourth on the list, and it doesn't really knock your socks off on that. And I hear you, and I understand that greatly. I do want to take a look at this though, because for me, what I've kind of learned is like, look, I think people are gonna. It's not gonna knock your socks off. It's not gonna be this hire that maybe wins the offseason. Right, which I understand, but at the end of the day, I'm at a point now where I'm just ready to get to some football. I want to see what we do in the portal. I want to see what this roster is put together, and I'll talk to it too because I think from a recruiting standpoint, there's a lull on that. But let's look at this for a quick second, because he had Nate Shepard this year at Duke, who was a freshman running back, 5'10", about 200 pounds, and you can see the rankings up above. Ranked 23rd running back was Kawan Lacey from Ole Miss that had a score in 87.5. An overall score on PFF.
Lacey.
Then 26.
Lacey, a
bad boy. Then at 26, 3 spots below Kawan Lacey was a man named by Nate Shepard at 87.3. Then Bo Jackson on 27th at 86.9. And then our very own Jaden Ball at 86.7. So a phenomenal grade. And then you can see his entire grades down here. The weekly grades by team. All in all, just a very healthy thoroughbred here as a true freshman at Duke. And again, this was a very key component for Duke that they struggled on mightily, so it was a major focus point for them. And obviously, I believe that their quarterback Mensah probably helped open their game up a little bit as well. But a name to keep an eye out too for Nate Shepard. Possibly if he hits the portal, does he follow his running back coach Chris Foster to Florida? Something to watch out on.
But to think about that though, think about Duke and the type of offensive line you can attract there when they're known as a basketball school. So those kudos to the coach for being able to establish a running game that was worthy to be talked about at Duke. That's not something you think of when you hear Duke. Of course, you're not going to think about wide receivers. So when you're a coach and you're trying to get anything going, the running game needs to be established, and he did that effectively at Duke. So let's not forget where he was at when he got it done, and he was able to run through the ACC with that type of running game at Duke. So I like it.
The other part of it too, obviously coming from the ACC, I know that there was an article that I read too that Connor shared with us that again they were talking about how much of an impact that he made Foster to Manny Diaz and this Duke team, obviously providing some success for them on the ground. And then when it goes to again recruiting, that's not going to be necessarily the flashiest of names, but something that what he's done a good job of. Which honestly, Florida, if you take a look at their running back rooms, haven't necessarily knocked anybody's pants off when you look at rating. Jaden Ball was not even a top 150, top 200 recruit. He was a 3-star guy. Montreal Johnson obviously was a transfer. Trevor Etienne was their highest rated back, and I believe Carson Baker would have been their highest rated back since Trevor. I don't think so. Katie Daniels is pretty highly rated too, which obviously he just hit the portal. Yeah. But their backs never really, were truly highly rated. Treon Webb was highly rated and slid down the rankings before getting here. We have yet to see what he's able to do. But it was been more of a committee back. This was the first year that it really just went into Jaden Ball's hand due to injury. But prior to that, it was how can we create a sustainability running back room? And I feel like that's a typical or a style that he has at least contributed to. But also in the same breath, he's had a lot of top-tier guys, like I just mentioned. Keaton Mitchell being one of those guys that obviously averaged 7.2 yards a carry, and now Nate Shepard, who I think averaged 5.4 a carry and had 962 yards rushing last year. So just shy of 1,000. And, of course, won an ACC championship. And you can see down there below at Virginia, had 21 attempts for 97 yards, so just shy of 100 yards and a touchdown. Look, for me, I'm trying to spin it. My goal here is to give you the data, give you what we know, and let you do with what the rest. And I'm just happy the staff is complete. Well, now we go into the next 2 days. Obviously, we know that coach is expected to meet with Jaden Ball here in 2 days. And Keith Napier put out a report. It's been shared all over the internet because I think it was a phenomenal report to be shared, that this is what Jaden Ball's dad had to say. So Jaden Ball, family meeting with John Summerall later this week. I wanted to share something from Jaden's father with his permission, of course. According to him, he spoke with Summerall last Friday, the day after his father's passing. And here's the quote that was shared with me. Volumes. And through all of that, he still wants to come see Jaden and our family face to face to show that we are a priority. That means a lot. So only time will tell how far that will go. But I look, these are good signs. I think these are good attributes to a coach that you want to see. And obviously, when you got a guy like Jaden Ball, you would expect that guy to put that type of work in. But I think anybody would probably have given him a pass, given how things unfolded this past weekend. But
man, listen, Shelton, that says so much to me, bro. And people gonna take it however they want to take it, bro. Your dad just passed, a big influence in your life. The greatest thing, and shout out Coach Summerall, and prayers to him and his entire family for the passing of his father, the kids, grandfather, the wife's father-in-law. I'm not sure if his mom is still around, but the husband. That's a lot, bro. And he took that on the chin. He went out and played his game that he had to play for those guys at Tulane, the Green Wave. And shout out to him, bro, for picking up the phone and calling his number one guy a day after something like that. And a lot of people could have took that and said, oh, okay, let me go into my cave. Let me go into my world and mourn the loss and stuff like that. But for him to have the Gators still on his mind and call the number one guy that he needs to bring back a day after that happened speaks volumes to his character, speaks volumes to how serious he takes his career and how serious he's taking his next step at the University of Florida. And not even him taking it serious, but understanding the fan base and what's required of a head coach here at the University of Florida. And life is going to happen. And I'm not trying to put football over death. In no way will I do that. But for a guy to understand the severity of his coaching position at University of Florida, kudos to him, man. It speaks volumes about the type of guy he is and the character he possessed. And I can't do nothing but respect the hell out of that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think that Summerall's really hit the ground running thus far in all capacities. Again, we've given this staff a grade yesterday. I want to show you a quick picture of this running back coach. Again, I don't know that the looks don't translate to production. But
hey, he ready to go, man. Hey, Montreal.
Bro.
Who was that?
Bro.
Emmett.
When I saw his arms, I'm not kidding, dude. I was like, I thought it was the SpongeBob meme. I thought he blew up his arms like he was wearing the little blow up arms. I'm not even joking, dude. I was like, dude, it's over the top.
you know the little gauntlet that we run through with the pads on, and you got to hit them and you run through them.
Yeah.
This guy can run through the gauntlet and show you how to do it.
Yeah. So look, I don't know if he can coach him, but damn, if need be, coach can play. All right, so
If
that's
he
the one
can't coach
positive.
him, I hope he got a son and a wife that has a little bit of his genetics, and they'll be the next great.
Yeah, y'all sleeping on Summerall. He said, I'm gonna give me a coach that's got 1 year of eligibility left. So in case Ball don't come back, I'll put coach in. All right, he may not coach him, but he'll
Can
play
I say
him.
this? Can I say this one thing about Summerall? A lot of people on Billy's staff couldn't show the guys physically how to do it. Hey, you put your left foot in the ground, you spring here, like showing them the placement of these things. I understand being a coach and you get paid a lot of money, you're going to eat good, but you can't get too out of shape to coach your position. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I
Shout
hear
out to
you.
Coach Billy Gonzalez in the last year and trimming back down to the size he need to be able to give your guys maximum energy and show them what you need to do on the field. You can tell them all day long, but sometimes that you got to show them. Bro, when I was at the barbecue last year, I talked to Mbachu. I told you guys he was going to be great for us. He was a freshman.
I thought I talked to about you, but you said
I talked
Mabachu.
yeah, I'm sorry. You know, I ain't talking about you. I talked about Mbachu. I'll talk about you and about you. All that. Mbachu was great. But when I was out there, bro, I told them, listen, when I got in my stands, all I wanted to do was smash the guy. And I crouched down, bro, and I fired off at one of the linemen. They said, whoa, hey, damn, coach, you still got it a little bit. Yes. I might got it for one play, bro. It was the SEC championship or the national championship. I got it for one play. It's guaranteed to be a tackle for a loss or a no gainer because the linebacker gonna make the play, and I took the double team.
He's gonna need air afterwards. All right, maybe a stretcher.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna get him.
Air in the stretcher, brother. It may be a helicopter ready to airlift you. But you have to be able to show these guys, bro. That's why I like the passion of Chapman and what he exuded. I like what we lost in Will Harris.
I was waiting. I didn't know you were gonna say it. But Will Harris be tackling cats. Remember we saw that?
Yes.
He was over here. He was. Yeah.
Yes. You need that, bro. And then he left, and then we saw safeties putting their head in the ground, trying to tackle at your ankles because they don't want to hit your thigh because they don't want the contact. And then these safeties are in the portal. Okay, I'm summoning my inner Cody. Shout out to the professor. But yeah, so you need God. Look at this man, bro. He's going to show you what needs to be done, bro. And if he has the knowledge and can show you, it's one thing to be able to tell somebody, but then you show them why it works. You need to be able to put your body in those bins. Phil Troutwine, he's in great shape.
Phenomenal. For
offensive tackle that was at the University of Florida. He should be 320 pounds right now. But he's probably every bit of 240, 220.
Yoked. I mean, you heard what Tate Casey said about him, right? When he got on campus. The guys, the cleanest eater you've ever. Yeah.
And they forced those guys to eat, bro. These guys had to sit down with a trainer. We go in for breakfast. The regular kids got their little Gator dining. And there's a back door in the Gator diner where the football players go. When you open that door at 7 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, whatever time you had to lift, there were trainers in there, Matt Bayless and all these guys in there. And guys like Tate and Troutwine had to get their food and go sit with the trainer, the football trainer, as far as lifting weight guys that was assistants, had to sit at the table with them and eat in front of them. And when they finished eating, he said, hey, that's not enough. Go get some more. And then weigh in at the end of the week. It was just that serious, bro. And that's how it has to be. If you're serious about what you're doing and serious about getting to the next level, it has to take that type of seriousness. And having guys like this who looks like this is the way to go, bro.
Yeah, I was excited when I saw it. Here's my thing. I love this, though, right? All I got to do is look at his recruiting profile, and you can tell he's not that good. Everybody else has been bashed on Discord, but who's laughing now? I don't know why they didn't just call and ask, Gator Swag to look at the recruiting profile. Apparently, that's all it takes. He didn't land 5 stars at ECU and Georgia Southern. Shame on him. And his first year at
Brother.
Duke, he took a freshman running back to 1,000 yards. The guy's
Wait,
a
wait,
washed
wait,
up.
wait. Are we talking about landing 5 stars at ECU and Southern Miss
Got to be better.
at
Gotta be
running
great.
back?
You got to be great, Steve.
What I'm saying, we're talking
Steve, you
about
gotta be great.
him.
No, Steve, you got to be
As
great.
not
This is
the
University
head
of Florida.
coach,
No,
as
Steve,
not
this has
the
got to be great.
financial guy at Duke.
No
I mean, at
excuses, Steve.
ECU.
No excuses, Steve.
Yeah. Did he land a 3-star? If he got a 3-star, it's a 5-star. Where
He did. He did. He did get a couple of those. AJ Raps, $2.
Right.
Champ is here.
Yeah, that's a couple 5 stars. Yeah.
$20. Merry Xmas, my man. Hey, thank you, Eric. High top friends and family. Let's go Gators. I appreciate the love, Eric. Thank you for the 20 bones, man.
Shelton, I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut
Yes,
you
sir.
off again.
Oh, go. You're good.
Because they got me fired up. Because Monday only come once a week, and you got 6 other days to talk.
That's fair.
And
That's fair.
The chat has been giving you hell to where you have to defend your stance on liking the coach because of how they feel, because they're looking at all these different metrics that don't apply to football. So I appreciate what you're doing, bro. Just know you ain't got to defend yourself to these chumps. You don't, bro. You don't. I just want to let you know that. And I appreciate your diligence, because we've been burnt in the past. And people say, oh, high top push sunshine and this and that showing. You do a great job, bro. You know football. As a guy that know football, I'm telling you, you know football. And we have a big fan base. So cater to them, bro. But please don't never feel like you don't know what you're talking about.
I appreciate that, man. Much love. And look, I think for me, again, like my due diligence, like you said, my goal is just to make sure that we are doing a good job. And I'm genuinely trying to make sure that I am providing as much quality information as possible. And again, I think we've been very fair of it, of saying like, hey, this hire doesn't knock me off my socks by any stretch of the imagination, but to sit here and just completely drag this guy across the skulls before anything he's even touched the football field. There's a lot of promising things there that I like. Again, I think we talked with the staff. We gave it a grade, and I'll ask you too. The grade of like a BB plus. The running back hire was a big factor on whether or not we would go up a notch or down a notch. I think that this keeps right on that B to B minus range. It doesn't take it to a next level that another name could have. That doesn't mean that it can't grow into it. It's just where it is right now. And that's kind of where we're at. Where do you give it a grade at though, boss?
I'm gonna give us a B plus, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give us a B plus.
Why not an A? I think because I answered my reasons for not an A last night. Why not an A for you?
I need to see the rest of the roster retention.
Okay.
As far as this period.
Well, we were just doing coaching staff.
Coaching,
okay.
I'm at a B plus, and that's I'm at a B plus because of the names, but because of who we have in place, Summerall, who's a defensive minded guy, you might well say he's the defensive coordinator. So that would take me to an A, but I can't do it because he's the head coach, and I expect him to be able to overlook a lot of other areas and not focus particularly on the defense.
We want him to have influence, but we don't want an ape here, right? He's got to be able to. You've got to pass it to Brad White, so you have to look at that.
That's what we don't want, and that's why you take a guy like Bam, and I could push him to the A, because Bam was with him at Tulane. Bam's been at Tulane for a while. Bam is a former Gator. Bam, if anybody don't know Florida football, you better look at Bam Harmon, okay? Middle linebacker next to Mike Nattil, who went to the Minnesota Vikings. But Bam was the shot caller at Florida. When I got to Florida, Bam was the head honcho. Bam was the guy you had to go through. Bam, man, listen. I can tell y'all some stories about Bam. I don't know if I'm allowed. But back when there was hazing and stuff like that, and they wanted to make sure you were the guy to come to Florida, you had to go through Bam, okay? We had freshmen hiding from Bam. Okay, in the stadium, and you have a guy like Clint Mitchell yelling in the stadium, come out, wherever you are. They looking for us. Freshmen walking down the road, they would jump you. Bam, he's the if it was not for Bam, it would be no Steve Harris. Bam, as a freshman, when I got there, I was a true freshman. Bam was a junior. So I got actually Bam might have been a senior. Either one of the two, junior or senior. But I got to be around those guys. When you consider middle linebacker at the University of Florida, those are the tougher guys on the field. Those are your leaders. Those are the ones that tell you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. I kind of took the reins early as a freshman, but thanks to Bam, thanks to Bobby McCray, thanks to those guys saying, hey, you know what?
He was a
we
senior.
got a guy in Stephen Harris.
He was a
We
senior.
got a guy in Stephen Harris. We can let him have it. I never had one issue with Bam because he respected who I was, and I was about it. I'm ready to fade anybody. It's like, yeah, cut eyebrows here. You can take the eyebrows. What you want? You want to cut my hair too? But if you put your hands on them, I'm gonna smash you. That was me. You can take the eyebrows. You can. I line up first to get it cut. Hey, freshman, man, come on, man. They only cutting eyebrows and hair. Let's go. But if you put your hands on me, I'm gonna smash you. And I've seen Bam and a lot of those guys. Anybody who wanted to buck the system, didn't want to take the culture, you're gonna get dealt with, and not in a bad way. But you're gonna be. You can't just come to Florida willy nilly. You can't just come in here and think you bigger than the program. I don't care how many stars you have. Bam and those Bobby McCray and Mike Nattil, Rand Carthon, Ernest Graham, those the guys that were there when I got there. Aaron, the tight end, Ben Troop,
84.
Those were the guys that were there when I got there. Though they wasn't winning under Spurrier, it was a standard about them that they didn't give no crap about who you were when you got here. You had to prove yourself. And I went through that gauntlet with all of them and proved myself to be the top underclassman coming in, to where I was able to run the team as a freshman because they knew they were leaving. But to have that mentality back around with Bam on the team, bro, knowing who Summerall is and his defensive mind, Bam is able to take over a lot of that stuff and allow Summerall to just coach, because he knows he has a guy like Bam on that defense who knows what he wants to instill into them. He knows the tenacity that they should play with. He knows the Gator standard. Then you match that with Phil Troutwine on the other end.
Yeah.
Gerald Chapman at defensive line. The epic battles that are going to take place between Chapman and Phil Troutwine offensive line is going to be monumental, bro. I'm trying not to hype myself up, bro.
Nah, you
But
sipping the Kool-Aid.
back brings tears to my eyes. And I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid, bro. I know the standard.
I know.
And I know the people that made it happen. A lot of the guys, bro. Jesus. You seen Swamp Kings, right?
Yeah, a time or two.
You seen when the 06 guys left, right? What happened in 08, right? Georgia stormed the field on us, bro. I mean 07, right?
Yeah.
Georgia stormed the field. It never would have happened.
Yeah,
But
Tate
we had
Casey
young
talked about
pups.
that. The difference between
But
that
we
06.
had young pups. The 06 left. We had a lot of big dogs, bro, that ran the campus, ran the team, ran how you're supposed to live. We handed that over to some guys, and they came with a lot of other details, but they were on the up and up. They were still smelling themselves, but still young enough to lose track. And so you get beat by Georgia, and that happens to you. It brings you back to that dog mentality. But it should have never left. It should have never left, but complacency and feeling like you're higher up will do that to you.
Yeah.
But what we put in them guys, they always had. And so it took something like that to happen for them to get it back.
Reset
And
it.
they got it back. But all of that was passed down, bro, through.
It started with Bam.
Bro.
You're saying it started with Bam
Listen,
and Ernest
yes,
and that
bro,
group of
I got
guys.
the torch, bro. I got the torch, bro. And when Spurrier class left, I'm the only one with the fire, bro. I'm the only, and not saying the only one, but I'm the only one with the fire.
Well,
bro.
and we've
I don't
talked.
like
You and
to
I have
toot my
talked
own
about
horn.
that a lot, about where that's. I mean, over the last decade, right? That torch has slowly fizzled out.
Yes, bro.
And I spoke to this too, where I love the Bam Hardman hire, because you could argue like it's a G5 hire, right? But to me, it's not your typical G5 lateral move from linebacker coach. That's a lateral move that you if you're going to take a risk, and obviously there's other areas we can really kind of dive into these position groups, but that is a room, and I say risk lightly. I'm just speaking to the crowd in the sense that it's a G5 guy. That's somebody you do it with, because they played at the University of Florida. They understand what it means, not necessarily always to coach at the level, but to play at an elite level sometimes carries a little more weight. And like I think when you just said it, I think Chapman's done a good job of embodying what it means to be a Florida Gator.
Yes,
in a very short period of time. So now, like you said, when you fired me up, because you're like, Troutwine obviously knows what it means. Now you got Chapman who's embodied it. And then, of course, you throw in Bam Hardman now that bled it too. Look, to me, guys, I've been preaching this entire time, and I think that this staff, what has excited me is that they have put it their purpose to make sure the trenches are built properly. I have hammered this fact home when we did our GM show. That has been my pride and joy of that's where we've sucked forever. And so you build that, the rest will come. Okay? And what Troutwine has done thus far on the trail, what we're hearing in the sense of what they plan to do in the portal, and I know we've heard it before, so time will tell, fires me up. The retention that I'm seeing, it's backing up what I've been voicing. Like, they're putting a priority. Keeping LJ McCray, which we're going to get into, in my opinion, I was 50-50 on it because we hadn't seen a lot of production, and I assumed that he would be extremely expensive because you got a 5-star cat that could probably still go get some money because he hasn't really had anything to not pay him, but he hasn't had anything to pay him. So they figured something out, and Chapman obviously felt like, hey, I worked my ass off to get this kid right. He just broke his foot. He's worth X amount, and they figured that out. Obviously, we let Barora walk. Well, now with you keeping LJ, when I was being upset about Barora, I was assuming LJ was following down that path too. Massive keeper there. It looks like the entire linebacker room is going to be retained. Now, it's still not completed, and I say entire because Pup didn't play. And if you watch how they're navigating the offensive line, they're doing that very well. Mom's calling. You know she's got to call for the holidays, Steve.
Hey, Mama.
She always hits us in the middle of the hot rant, you know?
I know, but you know what? Steven's got me. He's a Gator. I mean, I'm telling you what, he's a full-time Gator. And listening to my chant, that's what we need in these players. They don't got it. They don't got what Stephen Harris had, and that's what we need.
He's not dead, Mom.
It is a hat. It's a big hat.
He might need to jump in and join them or coach them, one of the two. But I'm telling you what, and I even put on their Gramps. That's a Gramps Gator right there. Love me some. He's a Gator through and through. That's what we need back at the Orange and Blue Swamp.
Yes, ma'am.
Look,
thank you, Mama Juan. I love you dearly.
That's exactly what he's preaching. He's talking about, and he's telling the God's honest truth. They don't have the heart, the fire. They just want that damn money. Back in the day, you played for college. You were proud to play for the University of Florida.
I want some money too, Mom.
This man, to me, and a true Gator. So.
He got the whole chat. Mama's ready to run through a wall.
Mama, don't.
Yeah, all you whatever y'all say whatever you want and did all y'all's nonsense. No, that man is a true Gator, and that's what this Orange and Blue needs.
Ace Wages $2 said shout out to Mama Shelton. You got
Shelton, just make sure you let Mama know that.
20, but two's good.
Make sure you let her know I want some money too. So y'all send those super chats.
I was late, but I listened to him, and I'm telling you, and I'm like, I got.
Say Merry Christmas again, Mom. They missed you.
Merry Christmas.
We love you, Mama. Thank you.
Love you, Mama.
All right, go back. Bye.
Go back. Yes, ma'am.
Listen, I love a reassurance call from Mama Wine, man.
It makes you feel good, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely my second mama, for sure.
I love it. The chat's all in. But yeah, I love it. We were kind of on a little bit of a tangent there, but I'm excited for what this trench is going to look like. I'm excited to see what they do. There were some talks on the message board. I don't remember exactly. I think Keith kind of talked about that. There's some expectation to spend some money. And he even said it. Look, we've heard it before, but they're looking at some cornerback play, which we talked about in our GM show. Like right now, I mean, I don't know if they're hiring, but golly, if they need us to come run a small little college, I mean, me and Cody might have some time because we talked about. I said this: you go spend top dollar on a cornerback, whatever I don't care what the number is. You go get you a guy, and that was what was being spoke about. So I don't know if they just watched our show for influence or what. But it was good stuff. We got a lot of super chats. We ripped through these real quick. I read that. $2 from Marcus says, you guys cheering for OSU or the best team in Florida. I could never cheer for the Canes, and I hate the Buckeyes, but I'm not cheering for the Canes. $10. Right. Gator Recon on Coach's intro. He said that he wanted to win tomorrow. He also said that he had a long-term plan. I can clearly see the path for the coaches. Can't wait to see the plan for the players. Let's go. I think that's a good way of looking at it. And I kind of talked about that too, that you got to kind of have a little bit of both. You got to have some growth, and you got to have some opportunity to happen, but also there's the ability and the stability there where you can be aggressive and be impactful now, the next part of it, the next half of this is going to be what they do in the portal, right? That's going to be the and retention. There's still a big piece of who they retain that's going to play a factor into this. I would like to argue that if we have everyone, I would believe we would have everyone signed by the portal. And the reason why there is some good news with tampering that we don't have to wait for that, I assume that everybody's already kind of sniffed the water, if you will. Any word on Dallas, Mary Xmas High Top fam? $2 are awesome. We'll get into the players here in just a moment. $5. The champ always brings much needed wisdom to the show. No doubt. Mr. Jodor, $20. Merry Christmas to the champ and Shelton. Go Gators. I appreciate it, man. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Merry Christmas, man. Go Gators, boss.
And then Chili Willie Scuba, my man, 50 bones. Prayers for coach and his family. Merry Christmas to the High Top family from the Florida Keys. Chili with Scuba. We met him at the Florida State game. Great guy. Great guy.
Chili Willie.
Chili Willie. I love it. Yeah, I will never cheer for Miami as long as they live. I can't. I have zero bones in my body to do that. Mama Shelton and Martha podcast equals legendary. We would be running through walls every episode. It would be something. It would be something. I'll tell you that. Let's get into it. So we've got past the running back stuff. Let's talk about the names that are being talked about who have been retained. So the big three that were announced today that really fired me up were, of course, L.J. McCray and Jaden Robinson. Now, I this was reported from, what was his name, from 247. Let me make sure we give him a shout out. Tyler Harden from 247. So these three are expected to sign or have signed. The verbiage, it does matter. And the other being center Jason Zamadella, which is huge. The once four-star recruit that we transferred from USC. Hasn't seen much playing time. Big Rod is anticipated to sign as well. Ty Johnson, that four-star linebacker that we got last year that was top-rated linebackers is another big one. I've heard positive things. I did hear positive things about Dallas Wilson, but I haven't seen his name since then. What are you hearing?
But you haven't seen his name, but you haven't seen him in the transfer portal neither. And so for me, that's a big thing. I like the way this NIL deal is shaping up a little bit, because if you didn't play, there's no true value for you. So you have to think about what other teams may be just trying to say to you, but entering the portal puts you on a rocky leg that you can't afford to do. And so with a lot of these guys that who've been injured or didn't play a lot, you don't have a real number for yourself. And so that gives Florida the advantage to say, hey, we believe in you. We believe you're worth this much. We know you didn't give us what we thought you could, but we're still going to give you this. And so I think that stops a lot of guys from going into the portal, L.J. McCray's, the Dallas Wilsons. Even though I believe these guys still want to be here, it stops the temptation of wanting to go to the portal. You think about a Makai Burrow, what he's done this year, being a young guy, how he stepped up in the absence of Banks. I love what he was doing, being able to teach these young guys the ropes and show them how to play. And I've always heard that he's one of the smartest defensive linemen we have on the team. So I would love to see him come back. But his play on the field this year gave him the opportunity to say, you know what? I want to check my value. I hear what you're saying, Florida. I understand what you want to give me. But if I enter my name, not saying I'm not coming back, but let me put my name in the shuffle to see what my true value is because of the production I gave you last year. And so there's no knock at them for want to do that, because I mean, you want to make sure you want to stay at a place, but you want to make sure you're not tremendously undervalued at a place as well.
No doubt.
And I know you're trying to build a team and stuff. And if I have opportunity to go to another team that's similar and they are expecting the same production out of me and they might have a little more pieces around me, I need to explore that. So I can't be naive and super gun-ho Gator, even though I am, to think that these guys don't have opportunities that are knocking at the door for them and you just want to check your value. So I just believe with the guys we got coming back, because they didn't play as much and we still value them high, and I want to see them all succeed as Gators, and I still have the same value for them as a player on our team. But as far as money-wise, you didn't play enough for another team just to say, hey, yeah, you come in that portal, we're going to give you this, and you believe it. You know what I mean? You still have to come back from injury and prove that you are who you are. And I believe both LJ and Dallas without proving who you are to Gator Nation, the people who gave you your first opportunity to really play, there's no need for you looking at that market and trying to leave. You want to make sure you're compensated well. You understand you didn't play, but as long as they compensating me well, I'm gonna prove it to them this year, and then next year we can talk. But because I didn't play, I still want to prove it to these guys. Not that I owe it to them, yes, but I owe it to myself too to prove that I am everything you said I was. And the money you gave me up front before is not a wash.
I wonder how much of an impact positively for Florida had with we talked about in the morning show with Ryan Williams at Alabama, where obviously we know he got paid and hasn't produced and could be looking on the way out, getting passed up by a freshman. And I think that's starting to settle in a little bit. The game was moving very quick, and it was like they could just kind of hop to get a check, right? And they could jump. And a lot of schools did that and made that move. Now those schools kind of got burned. Not everybody did, but some got burned. So now everybody's kind of, whoa. You need to give me more than just a year of good production before I go out and start slinging checks. So I think that there could be a loyalty play that starts to kind of set in of like, hey, we may not give you an outrageous amount that this random school may give you, but we can get, hey, we'll give you this, but also throw it on the top of some incentive for you to perform, right? And we stuck with you during a time because in our reality, we could cut this thing short. When I don't know how this stuff works, but I do think we're starting to get a little bit of kind of a swing back in the curvature here because of what happened outside of us in the sense that these guys got big time contracts and just didn't really live up to it.
Listen, and that's a credit to what you've done in high school throughout your 4 years of high school, whatever you accumulated to make us run up the rankings and say you're a 5-star. That brought us so many eyes. That brought us so many people saying we love the Gators. We got you. You're a 5-star. So you deserve that, right? You deserve that. And we're going to honor that. But where's the part of where when you came in 1 to 2 years, it didn't pan out, but you haven't owned up to the part of what we gave you? Where's the part where you feel like, you know what? I'm going to scratch y'all back. Y'all scratch my back. I'm going to scratch y'all back. Y'all bring in some more people. I'm going to come back from this injury 100%, or I'm going to come back from not playing. Maybe I redshirted 100% and ready to perform, and we're going to take this thing through the moon. So there need to be an onus on the players too. When you come in as 5 stars or highly touted, when we give you that up front and it don't pan out for the first year or two, there should be a little onus on you to say, you know what, these guys did give me this, and I haven't shown, because it'll be a tragedy for LJ McCray to not have shown what he needed to show, being the number 1 defensive lineman in the nation, when you come out and never show it at the school that first get you, and then enter the transfer portal and put a stain on your name, and then go to another school hoping to do it. I'd rather stick it out at the school that got me and hope I do it there than to go to another school hoping I do it. And what if it don't pan out that year? Where you're going to enter the transfer portal again? You're almost ruining your NFL career if you do it that way. You almost ruin your
start kind of
you haven't shown nothing nowhere. They paid you a lot, and these other, I don't want to say a lot. We paid you what you earned. We paid you what you deserved.
Yeah.
Because of the market and what you did in high school and the eyes that was going to bring, the jerseys that was going to sell, the seats that were going to be here, the fan base morale that you raised. Fan base morale is almost bigger than money at this point. So getting a 5-star in the LJ raises the morale. We haven't yet to see it, but you raise the morale to make us want to spend more, make boosters want to give more. And so you almost owe that back in back pay to give us a chance. You got her injured. But can we see the LJ? Can we see a 7-sack LJ before you decide to leave? Can we see a 1,000-yard Dallas before you decide to leave? Or 850? I'll take 850. We got VB out there, but I'll take 850. Can we see that before you decide to leave? And because of injury or whatever, because of the market, where can we see that little bit of loyalty? And that to me speaks a lot about the guys. If you can give me that, because I understand the market's changing.
We've talked a lot.
You should feel like you owe something.
We talked a lot about that too, and I've said that with the Jaden Ball thing of like, look, there has to be, because everyone's like, we're cheap, just pay it. It's like, whoa. We're not offering Jaden Ball a bottom. Like we're offering to make him one of the 4 highest paid running backs in college football. There's got to be like, if you want to be surrounded by a good football team, like, hey, like work with me, help you.
Yes.
Like $250K, you and I both know is not going to make a difference for you. It makes a difference for our ability to go to bump up an offensive
For the
line pay.
long
It's like,
run,
why
you.
can I get that money?
Yeah.
Well, this is a team sport, my man. The bigger bag is later on. You let me get an extra $250 to go get this offensive line this offensive line talent to go get you an extra $2 million or $5 million, if you will, in the next level. That's what you need to be focused on,
For
and I think
sure.
that has to be that gets overlooked too much. That we just
Yeah.
and I understand we can't be cheap either. There is a middle ground. I'm not here to say that we need to go play in the Temu pool, right, or the great value pool. I don't want to live in that world. I don't want to get into this world where we get a bunch of 3 stars and it's like we're gonna develop everybody. No, it's proven that 5-star guys work. And to me, it starts in the trenches. I'd rather go get a bunch of guys of just 5-star dudes and go get me 4-star guys in the other position groups, like a running back or like a wide receiver that's got a little bit more of a grit to them, something to prove. Look, wide receivers, they're prima donnas. Okay, let's call it what it
Right.
is. Them and cornerbacks, they're like the yin and yang. Cornerbacks are like they're crazy. They're cut a little bit loose. They're like a different. They're not. I wouldn't say like flamboyant Madonna. That's like your wide receivers, right? But they're crazy. Like it's weird how both of those groups are just completely on their own accords. So you gotta manage that, but go get us some just thick thoroughbreds and put your money there.
Right. And not for nothing, I'll say this about Jaden Ball. And all intents and purposes, you have another great year. Next year, you're gone. Right?
Yeah.
But if you leave and you go to a team where you don't have the greatest year, nobody's gonna never say Jaden Ball sucks, right? As long as he's still with the Gators. A new coaching staff come in. If it doesn't go great, they're not gonna say he's no longer good. He can still leave and still go on the top end of the draft. If you leave this team and don't go produce next year at another team, then you're looking at coming back next year. It's not a 3 and done. If you don't perform as well next year with the Gators, you still leave and you're still a top running back. It's just this coaching staff couldn't get it done for you as a new regime.
I don't understand
that went wrong there, right?
the attraction to Texas outside of Jaluk, because if you go look at Texas, they are losing, and they spent money on Jarrett Gibson, who was the number 1 or top 5 running back out of his class. He's gone. CJ Baxter was a 5-star running back that Florida missed out on. He's gone. And they're all left because of lack of production. And now you want to follow suit there when you've been literally him? You became him here at the University of Florida? I hope that they're able to maintain it and figure that out and hopefully have a good conversation. I think Summerall has done everything in his part, in my opinion. And I'm at a point where, look, if he stays, hell yeah, I'm gonna talk some shit. I'm gonna talk some greasy shit. If he goes, people are gonna feel the way they feel. I think that we have seen, and I don't want to hear the bullshit that we're cheap, because I've heard the money that's being offered. I've also heard that we've damn near gotten close, if not close, to what he wants. So at this point, it's like I think it's really come down to just a personal fit. And I would respect if he were one to leave, I would respect him wanting to leave. Yeah. But I'm also not going to hang Summerall on it for not making it happen, because I think from what we heard, he's at some point, like, it's just like, look, all right, you don't want to be here, bro. I can't handcuff you to the table. So you got to go.
No, listen, yeah, it's a huge decision, and I won't be mad at him either way. I'm just speaking from how I view the situation. If I was in his shoes, the things that could be going through my mind and making this decision. Because if you're trying to get to the NFL, 1 more year is what you got, right? Given the year that you put up this year, 1 more year is what you got. If you go somewhere else and it doesn't pan out well, then then scouts are going to be looking for another year. If you stay, to me, and it doesn't pan out, depending on how many carries you have and what you were behind, then they're going to look at it like, okay, it just didn't get it done. And you can still leave and still go high. Your value is still going to be high as a running back because of what you've been able to do since a freshman. But if you leave and it doesn't translate, and you think you're behind a better line and all these things that doesn't translate, then you almost hurt your value. So there's a lot for him to think about. And I wish him the best. And I pray that he thinks it over and talks to God about it. This is just me thinking about the situation. Not that I'm right. This is just how I'm viewing the situation. And I hope he makes the best decision. But
That's
For
best
me,
for
it would
us.
be the state of Florida for sure.
We are cheap, Shelton. So I love these comments because there's zero relevance to it. Because you say something
We
doesn't
are
mean it's
cheap.
true, and I appreciate your bold statement there. You put a period on it, which makes it maybe a little more true. But define cheap. If you think that hey, we're not in the top 3, we're cheap, then yes, you would be correct. We are as cheap as they come. If you're saying hey, we're not spending in the top 10, but also show me data showing where we're being cheap. Okay, because I would argue that we may mismanage money. But if you look at that roster last year, I can promise you now, it may have not produced, but that doesn't mean we were cheap. Those guys asked for a hefty amount of money. The Tyreek Saps, your O-line, DJ Lagway didn't play for free last year. I can assure you. I'm sure Jaden Ball asked for a lot. Dallas Wilson coming out as a true freshman. I know that young man got paid. You don't retain those type of stars and that talent by being cheap. So I believe that it was mismanaged in other areas, and it probably should have been spent on better positions. And I think that's why you're seeing a lot of the turnover that you're seeing now. Nashawn Montgomery was someone else that entered into the portal today, which somebody I loved. That young man was phenomenal to watch. He was a blast to watch. We watched him in the spring game, and I tweeted out today a ton of upside. Broke his hand or got hurt, I think, throughout the year, but very electric and a very good football player. 6'1", 195. Again, wide receivers, those guys, you got to think, do they fit schematically in a lot of different things? So I just don't know if they saw a place when they got a guy like Marquez Daniels coming in at 6'6". You've got a lot of, and if you're able to maintain who we think they maintain and retain, and they're going to go in the portal. You have to. I think that it's shown to go and get yourself an experienced guy, 1 if not 2, in the transfer portal, and I see that guy losing some spots. Let's read a couple super chats here. Merry Christmas from Dubster, guys. Met another high top fan at CC's Pizzas today. He was saying Philo is more like Trask. We need to keep this fire alive. Bring on Ball, VB3, and Dallas Wilson. How we feel about Trey Webb? I haven't heard anything about Webb, but I think that he would like to stay, but I think that he wants to see what's going to work. To be honest with you, $5. Hopefully, Witt will keep our injury report from looking like a small town population resident list. I hope so too.
I'm actually excited for Trayon Webb to finish his career as a Gator.
Amen.
No, he's dealt with a lot of injury, but I think he can come in and be a solid number 2. And it'd be a great redemption tour for him in that position. And I think he adds value there because of the injuries to where you're not breaking the bank to retain him, but the quality of the back is still very high and one of those guys that can have a breakout season. So Ball is still our number 1 guy for sure. Just make no mistake about that. Ball is number 1. I know Jacoby may be coming back for a year, probably due to injury. I think he was a senior this year, right? Supposed to be.
Yeah, so Jack Cheese. Yeah, because I think he redshirted. Injury redshirt.
Yeah, with the injury, so you get 1 more year. But so that's a veteran backfield that you have. With Ball leading the pack. So I hope to see Ball back for sure. But Trayon is definitely a guy that I'm looking forward to still having around, coaching up these younger guys and still having a great season next year to continue his career.
Spend money in the trenches. Amen, Jimmy. And it says, we are eons behind in NIL management. Again, just because you say something doesn't mean it's to be true. What do you mean by that? Elaborate, because I would say when you have a guy that wins NIL Director of the Year, I don't think they were eons behind in that regards. Some of the deals that they were able to manage doesn't make me believe they are behind. If you also take a look at NIL spending, we were ranked, I think, 5th in the SEC. That wouldn't mean that we're eons behind. Again, if you want to use data to support whatever you want to do, that's fine. Are we in the echelons of the Ohio State and Texas? No. I've said that. Nobody wants to believe me. And if you want to say we're poor because of that, then fine. That's we gotta define what our definition of poor means, all right? And then maybe we can get on a standing ground. But just to say something because you think and feel it doesn't mean it's always true, all right? Like that's what I think irritates me, is that we just see something and it's like, just because somebody asks for the money doesn't mean you just give it to them. And we
have to stop mistaking that all these kids are all about money, and that to get a top guy is going to take all of this money. Some guys really are about fit and where they can go. When you take a guy like Phil Troutwine, who's coached how many guys that went in the first round, how many offensive linemen that have got drafted. If you think about that in the overall sense of knowing, hey, I got coached up by this guy, and whatever contract he's on, he's saying he's not trying to leave Florida. I'll take $300,000-$400,000 less to get coached up by Phil Troutwine. So for everybody, it's not just about the dollar value. It's about the coaching staff getting the right coaches in to attract the right players that are going to fit for what we need. We have skill position. Phil Troutwine is a dagger because we're going to get the lineman we need because of how he coaches, not because of money. If you're a 5-star and you're going to take money over getting coached by Phil Troutwine, then God bless you. God bless you. Because Phil Troutwine is what you need to get to the next level because he's proven it and he showed you
where the real money
output
is
of players. Right.
Yeah.
When you get there, and sustainability. You can go to another school and they give you $1 million this year, but if you don't perform well, that numbers get cut.
And so he says that 5th in the SEC is eons behind. Okay, well then that's your definition of being eons behind. Then the conversation is over. That's what your belief is. Texas was the number 1 spending team in the country. Where are they at this weekend? And I'll even go one step further. Who beat them this year? So congrats to y'all got whipped by an eons team. Okay, that just goes to show you we're up middle class, Shelton. And look, I'm not saying that we're the richest team in the country. I've been saying that, and whether you want to get pissed about it or not, I don't. For me, I'm a Braves fan. We don't spend a lot of money. We spend right money where it's supposed to be. We're not the Dodgers, and
there you go.
I don't really care to be the Dodgers. Some people want to be the Dodgers. Go cheer for Texas. Go cheer for Oregon. I don't know what to tell you. The game's changed. So you have to go and put great coaching around it, and then you can argue, well, so we didn't do that either. Well, coaching costs money too. So again, get pissed off and get frustrated. Like, we're the University of Florida. We should be able to just whip our nuts out. Well, I hear you, but the game isn't what it used to be, and it's evolving. And you can call it excuses. You can call it whatever you want. That is actually facts. Okay. And does that mean you can't win or you can't be successful? No, not at all. Indiana's up there. They're rocking and rolling. I don't think Miami spent a buttload of money. I think they've done a great job. I think they spent money. Don't get it twisted. But I think they've actually spent it in the right areas, which is a key component for them. Ole Miss is the same thing. They have spent a healthy amount of money. They're not in front of Florida from an NIL spending, but they spent it in the right areas and have had good coaching as well. I'm naming teams that are obviously in the playoffs. Indiana is a freebie. It's a toss-up. They've spent money, but most importantly, they've just got great coaching. Their 3 wide receivers are, I think, in the top 25 of rated PFF. All of them 3 stars and 2 stars. You don't even know who they are. Go look them up. Google them, and you'll find Kurt Singetti when you Google them, okay? They're all – everything you Google with Indiana, just Kurt pops up, all right? So, look, I'm not trying to – oh, here comes the spin doctor spinning it around. No, I'm being 100% with you. I've told y'all where we spend our money. Ain't nobody want to listen to me, so here we are. $2. Lagway is greater than any portal quarterback. Why do I feel regret? That is a wow. Greater than any portal quarterback. Dog. What? I mean, if we want to just send me money to say stuff, I appreciate it.
Potential, but hey, potential don't always pan out. Just know that. Potential don't always pan out. Just know that, guys. Okay.
That's wild. All right, $2. Sucks we have to negotiate our team every year. That's everybody, though. That's everybody, Peter. I mean, everybody is doing that. We're in an echo chamber. We just see it because we watch it. You know what's funny? As I was going to say this and I forgot because you were talking about Duke being a basketball school. It's funny to go see how other teams react right in their message boards when things happen. So I went into Duke's message boards, articles, what have you. I couldn't find shit about football. It was all basketball and women's volleyball. They ain't wrote a football article in months. I was like, I don't even think they know they lost him. I don't even think they know he left. I don't even think they know they won the ACC championship just 2 weeks ago. I was like, this is wild.
Did? Wait, Duke won the ACC championship?
See? Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's
why. Before Miami? Before Miami?
Before. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, they've already won it before, too. They've already won it once. Dubster, I meant Trey Wilson. Miami? Stay or can he go? Oh, Eugene Wilson. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Eugene Wilson. I haven't heard anything about them. $2. Troutwine versus Harris 2025. Who beats who? Give me the old line, please.
He too light. He too light, bro. He just too
light.
Like
1-on-1?
Yeah, he's just the way. Yeah, he might be 220 now. I'm 330. He might be on a pass block. He gonna hold me up for 4 seconds. I just bull rush him. We'll get at 3.2.
Hey, real quick though, there's over 1,000 people in here, Stephen Harris, and there's only not even 300 likes. That's
Guys, smash the like
crazy,
button,
right?
subscribe, send it to a friend, send it to a family member. Tell them, hey guys, I love this channel. You should go subscribe right now, man. These guys are dope.
I love it. I love it. $2. Jarrett Gibson want to come home. I don't know, kind of an injury bug. I really believe deep down inside this coach is going to be a bust. Thank you, Daniel. Tulane freshman running back Javion Gordon is backup option if ball hits the portal. Rush for 516 yards and 1 touchdown this year. And hell no, go get Duke's running back. That's who I want. that's who I want. That's
you guys been putting on the show, man.
Averaging almost 5.5 a clip, a couple tutties.
Yeah, they've been putting on the show. Stop playing with Duke, man.
Yeah. Look, we still got Byron Lewis, Duke Clark. I mean, the running back room isn't, and if Trayon Webb stays, the running back room is far from.
No, we're in pretty good shape there, bro.
Yeah, you got to go get one, I think, because we didn't recruit one. And technically, Jacoby's still there, so I don't think he stays. But I mean, just saying.
Yeah,
right,
Jack Cheese, man. Yeah, healthy Jacoby. You know, Bob was holding that rock. Not saying that he needed a breather nowhere during the year, but a little offset Jacoby. But Duke did his thing, man. These guys know what they're doing in that running back room, man. I'm not sad about the running back room.
No, look, I think you go get it. You look. I'm patiently waiting. We're 10 days away or so till January 2nd, which is where I think some things will start being announced. Look, and there, it's no secret. These boys are already working in the portal. I mentioned it a few shows ago. There was a list of names that I saw that were being targeted that are in the portal currently. One of my favorite was there was a name on the list that was not in the portal, and then later on that day was in the portal. So we tampering our asses off, and they're not even being shy about it. And it's not even tampering because I think the loophole is with the agents, but that's beside. I'm not going to get into all that. I really don't care. It just whatever. I'm glad we're hearing about it. And
yeah, this ain't the NFL. Ain't no tampering.
Yeah, it is what it is. So we got to look. I mean, they've got to put their. And here's the unfortunate part is that it's like anything. Have I heard from Summerall or from the staff that they're going to spend money? No, it's coming from beat reporters that they feel, hey, that we're hearing. And so now that that's been stated, that, hey, we're hearing we're going to spend. If money isn't spent or we felt that money's not spent like we thought it should be, there's going to be an expectation that was not met. And so we'll see how that all shakes up. But we all know, I mean, there's no surprise. We know what we need. We all can agree on there's 2 quarterbacks. Obviously, Philo is in that mix that Florida has to go after. In my opinion, it's 2 or 3 offensive linemen. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know though because we don't know what Troutwine sees in these guys that are already there, and if he feels that hey I can work with actually a lot of these guys. I don't think that, in my opinion, that we the fans would be able to digest that for an entire offseason. And I just don't think you can roll into next season without there's zero veteran presence on that team outside of Najee Harris. That's just a fact. Yes, sir.
At the sides to be able to play at Florida and SEC, Troutwine working with you is going to take you up. It's going to take you up.
And I agree with you. But I still, look, I mean, this is where I got to push back a little bit.
Sure.
As much as I believe and I trust in it, and I do believe, the one caveat I will say, if you look at it, you got Fletcher Westphal, who I think is going to be ready. Big Rob, his ass better be ready. He's been there since 1993. Okay, he's been there since I've been born, brother. But Bo better be ready to rock and roll. Yeah, I swear to goodness, he's like Trey Burton, brother. You've been there for 9 years, dog. Jason Zammadella, same kind of. I put him in that same category. Najee Harris is your veteran presence. Caden Jones, I believe, right? Not Bryce Lovett. No, Lovett. I think both of them. Both of them. Yeah, it's Cameron Waits that's done. Both of them have the size and have been there for a minute now too.
Sure.
So
size-wise,
they were supposed to be him last year. Now, can they make a transition with proper coaching? Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility with that too. So, I still, but if with all that being said, if you add me 2 tackles, maybe a tackle and a guard, I'm just telling you the lies will be greasy, brother. Okay, and then you go get me a DT that's ready just to punch somebody in the mouth. That they're gonna be extra greasy with fries. And if you go give me a cornerback that will lock somebody's ass down, I'm talking double seatbelt, double wide, whatever you need, brother. Hey,
for sure.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm definitely on board with let's solidify these inside guys. We need to make a big push at these inside guys to solidify our future. And I'm
I'll go
for
play
that. I
quarterback.
feel like skill wise, we have the skill positions in place.
Yeah.
We need one more corner, like you said, but skill wise, with the young guys that played last year, that are going to be back here for next year, we're in place. We need to beef up this defensive line and go from there. But we do that. I believe we're able to take care of business. The quarterback, I have no doubt, it's the University of Florida. Right now, our DJ is gone. So the guy that's going to come in has to be legit and ready to go. And this being the University of Florida, I have no doubt that we're going to get a guy that's ready to go at the quarterback position. No matter who it is, they're going to be ready to play at the University of Florida. So we need to beef up this offensive line, beef up this defensive line, and I think we'll be ready to rock and roll for sure.
I hope I bookmarked.
I would just wanted to say this one more thing. We got to get out of the notion of just saying we got money. It sends off the wrong signal to the players. We want guys that fit the mold. And we'll pay you if you fit the mold and the need is that great. You're gonna get paid. It's the University of Florida. You're gonna get paid complimentary to what you're supposed to get paid. But I think when we send that message of saying we got the money, it makes people start asking for more money than they should really be making. And not that you don't want to compensate anybody, but you want to make sure these guys are going to fit and that they're going to be able to play. And we're not promising any early playing time for any freshmen for recruiting. But portal wise, we need the guys that are going to fit right now.
Sure.
And be able to play right now. And with Lane Kiffin, we were ready to spend a big bag. We were ready to spend a big bag on getting Lane. So naturally, that lets you. Well, I ain't gonna say lets you know, but it makes you believe there should be some reserve left over. You didn't spend the bag you wanted to spend. So hey, where's all the money you were planning on spending? So let's just make sure it goes to the right places. That's all I'm saying.
Amen. It's got to go to the right places, no doubt. And I there was a tweet earlier because you're talking about the quarterback room. Here we go. So here are our quarterbacks for the last 15 years. So 2011 was Brantley. Took over basically kind of the next from Tim Tebow. Then Driscoll for 3 years. Then Will Grier. Then Luke Del Rio and Austin Appleby. Then Felipe Franks for 2 years. Then, of course, Kyle Trask era, which was... And then Emory Jones, which was...
So we had two okay, 2 fails. Kyle Trask was a great.
And then Emory Jones, AR, Graham Merce, DJ Lagway. It's been a bumpy road, boys.
Bounced up a little bit more, and then fell down. Yeah.
It's been a bumpy road. It's been a bumpy road.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Forever live Will Grier. No doubt about that. Let's wrap up these super chats. I want to say something real quick though. Something that gets that. Let me read these super chats and then I'll go. $2. Jarrett Gibson. I read that. Hey champ, can we get Jordan on the wall next to Kobe behind you? Go Gators. Amen.
I would put Jordan up there, but Kobe took what Jordan did and remixed it, so therefore we got Kobe and LeBron is the GOAT.
We were having a good show, Steve. You gotta be going to subscribe, bro.
Kobe is Sprite remix and LeBron is the GOAT. Shout out to Jordan.
Holy shit. All right, that's a better time than any end of the damn thing. The chat is just people are breaking their keyboards right now, just smashing their TVs with that. Something I gotta talk about real quick is because it's just really cool around the Christmas time. We're down to 990. I say down to 991 people in here. There was 1,000 in here for about a good 40 minutes.
Smash the like, subscribe, baby.
And that's something that is truly remarkable for somebody. It wasn't too long ago. I mean, it was 4 years ago now. And some of you always comment, and I love it. Say I've been here since BDE or since 1,000. When there was literally 25 people in the chat. And I remember when Holly was still on, we broke 100. And we're like, damn, dog. You know what I mean? Now there's 150 people waiting for us to get in to start these shows.
Amen.
And then when we would be excited if we hit like 200 or 300, and you can kind of tell the healthiness or consistency of a show based on how many people are watching live. And over the last 2-3 weeks, this month, 2 months, honestly, to consistently have close to 700 people to 1,000 people in here consistently it's true. God, I'm not crying. I'm joking. Truly remarkable. I mean, sometimes you get used to it. And I got to remind myself that this is a blessing, and we're living in an awesome era. And to kind of stay humble, because it's truly incredible how much you guys support and love the show, regardless if you hate my takes or not or love them. I mean, I appreciate it more than ever, and I don't take it for granted for 1 second. So much appreciated. We'll be live tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. We're gonna do a call-in show because I think that'll be good. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna let you in because this
sorry.
is how you normally end. Christmas is near. I won't see you guys before Christmas. This is my last time on the air before Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. I hope you guys get to spend great time with your loved ones. Don't worry about the gifts. Don't worry about the pressure of the rat race of trying to make sure everybody's happy. Just love on the people that love you. And Shelton, I want to give you a shout out, man. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this, man. Our Monday night Champs Corner, man. You do a fantastic job. And I know you talking about reaching the 30,000 and was here before guys even got to that number. But bro, you mean a lot to me. Your consistency, and your work ethic towards this thing, and seeing you bring High Top from what it was to where it is, bro, speaks volumes about the type of man you are. Speaks volumes about your wife. Your family has grown under High Top. We've got a chance to see that. She still gives you the freedom to do that. She supports your vision. So shout out to the wifey, man. Shout out to the little ones for taking time out of their day at this hour to give us their father. So we appreciate you, bro, man. Major love and continued success, man. God is with you, bro. And you put on for Gator Nation. You put on for college football. You're very knowledgeable, bro. And I appreciate that, man.
I really appreciate those kind words, man. And shout out, the wife is the true GOAT. Amen,
sure.
Amen to that. I think she doesn't get enough credit. We should bring in here. Let me see if she'll come in here real quick.
I already know she the GOAT, man. I already know, bro. Because there's no way you get the freedom to do what you do for us, and uplift lives, and without your significant other. And they say the Bible say he that finds a wife finds a good thing, bro. And I'm sure that you have found your good thing and seeing the fruit that you guys are producing, watching the family grow, the smiles on y'all face for every picture y'all post on Facebook. It gives me life, man, just to know that I'm a part of y'all family from afar. And when we get together, it's all love. So just to see that, it's dope, bro.
Amen, man. I appreciate you, and I love you, man. It's been a blast to have you a part of this as well, and to watch it grow. And I'm glad to have you in my corner. That's for damn sure, because I've seen you get rowdy. I definitely don't want to be on the other side. So that's a good one.
You always be on the good side, bro. Don't worry about that.
All right, good stuff. I love this comment here from R&D. Says you were so animated and crazy back then. Yeah, I definitely have evolved over the last 4 years. I've gotten soft, as the chat would say. Look, the craziness is still in there. I'm actually myself personally proud of what I've evolved into. I loved who I was then, but I love who I am now. I think it was needed to say the least. But let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to get her ass in here. To give her flowers.
You got that new little one, man. She probably feeding the baby or something.
I don't think so, but maybe. She just literally texted me.
Yeah, she probably feeding the baby.
Maybe she hopped in the shower. Hurry up. 3 minutes ago. It's been 4 minutes.
She said, I got to get on air. She brushing her hair.
She didn't even know. She didn't know what's going on. How big is this house? What you? Oh man, the chat wants to see you. Here, Steve wants to talk to you.
Come on, don't be shy.
Oh gosh.
Go ahead, Steve.
Hello.
Come on, don't be shy. Listen, if you anything like my wife, she don't like surprises, especially not on air. So I just want to tell you, from behalf of High Top, that we appreciate you, all the support that you give your husband. We know that you're the true GOAT, and raising a family. You got got a new little one, and already had a baby boy, beautiful baby boy. And so we appreciate all the love that you pour into him and the time that you allow him to give to us and all the people that streaming. So we just want to tell you Merry Christmas, and that we truly appreciate you, for being by his side. And the Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And so we know that you are his good thing, and we appreciate you tremendously.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Love
You're
you.
welcome.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You want to see me with the cheek kiss? Y'all see that shit? Want to give her a kiss? She said, hey, thanks, man. Dog my ass.
They say not on the air. That's just because she know what happened when you kissed them lips, Shelton. Y'all have another little one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, boys, y'all be good. We'll see you live tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We're gonna do a live call-in. So, Colin, give us your thoughts on this team, man. And shout out to Stephen Harris. We'll see you next week, Bubba. But y'all be good. We'll see you tomorrow. If you don't tune in for tomorrow's show, it's probably gonna be it. We may do it tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. But if I don't see you, y'all have a Merry Christmas. Be safe. Tell your loved ones you love them. Give them a big hug this Christmas for me. All right, y'all be good. Peace and love, baby.
Yes, sir. Much love, brother.
It's Hot Top Sports where the takes don't miss. The prof with the stats, the champ with the fist.
champ
Will
with
the
the
bring
fist.
five cowboy tie rotten bold. Bulls calling bets, watch the stories on
The bosses in the office look busy, guys.
And it's truly eyebrows running the show.
Oh shit! CEO's here. Y'all be cool.
It's
Be
Hot
cool.
Top Sports, baby. Let's get it. Let's go.